They chillin' in Alaska, swimming in Atlanta, vultures out in Beemore, they Kira, Carolina, they wildin' in Chicago, howlin' down in Big D, Mile High in Denver, that Tallahassee pride is deep, they lunching in Vancouver, Desperado shooting, the Renegades on the loose, the hyenas looting, gold out in QC, who higher than them sparrows, the Furies swooping in divine order for the pharaohs, Indy on the rise, the Sharks about to mash, gladiators, knights and Aztecs about to clash. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. First and 10, I'm so aggressive. The end zone, the game plan, no pressure. They gotta pay me how they measure me. You know these haters on my back like the referee. You know I'm in it to win it. Gang day, I'm about my business, I gotta get it. So I'm all about my ends. And these non-stop wins. They can't touch us, can't touch us. We turning up on these suckers. You know the D brought the rockets. Cause we tighter than the huddles. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. Yeah. Third down is going down. Round and pound, oh, we gotta air them out. That's why I gotta hit the route. Hit the flat if I catch it, then I'm out. Fourth and inches gotta take. YOLO, just no pump fake. So tighten up and hit the power high. The audible to draw them off sides.
Ryan Michaels gets a block midfield. Ryan Michaels, he could be gone. Trying to be comfortable behind, he will not. Touchdown, Houston.
Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party.
Yola shakes it. Oh my goodness, and Yola gets away. Yola on the first play for Tallahassee is going to score again. Left side, Odom gets away. Odom breaks another tackle. Ash Odom, you've got to be kidding me. Big chase, 10-yard touchdown. Oh my word.
Tonight, a pair of 2-2 teams clash in the South. Oklahoma City trying to snap a 2-game losing streak, while Atlanta is riding a 1-game win streak off their victory in Dallas. Which team will improve to 3-2 and start to take control of their postseason destiny? It's the first meeting ever between Oklahoma City and Atlanta, and it's here on Fan Night. And it starts right now. Welcome to the Hive in Atlanta, Georgia, for this primetime matchup on Twitch TV between the Oklahoma City Renegades and the Atlanta Swarm. Along with Mark Lopez on stats, Stephen Mullinex, I'm Cameron Irvine. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm doing wonderful. Great to be here on Fan Night. That means the fans of the SFL have selected these two teams as the matchup of the week to watch. So glad to be here. You know, the Atlanta Swarm, one word comes to mind when you talk about the Swarm, that's swagger. Coming off a big win in Dallas, and they continue their trend at home tonight. And for the Oklahoma City Renegades, after starting 2-0, The wheels have started to come off. Can they try and piece them back on tonight? We'll find out on SFL Fan Night.
Coin toss is next, and Atlanta in the bright blues tonight. Oklahoma City in the darkened, woody browns, greens, and yellows. Renegades win the toss. Want to put that offense out there first. Pass offense pretty darn good in OKC. And Fan Night is underway with Cam here and ready. Atlanta will have the ball on the tee. That is kicker Alex Kidd. Kidd! Kick it! We're underway! A short kick from the 11-yard line. And OKC won't even reach the 30. What a smackdown by Riley Freeman, the backup running back. And now Deacon Nickens will hit the field. He's one of the most prolific quarterbacks in the SFL.
Yeah, and one of the most exciting, Cam. 1,300 yards so far this season through the air. 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, completing 70% of his passes. Deacon Nickens will be important to the victory possibility for the Renegades tonight.
First and 10 of the 28. A toss starts the night to J.W. Doyle. He picks up about a yard and a half. Eventually cut down by Aaron Lee. Atlanta in the white helmets tonight. And Oklahoma City in the copper.
Well, Doyle, the 12th overall pick in the SFL draft. One of the criticisms here lately of this Renegades offense is they haven't used or looked to the rookie enough. Maybe they changed that tonight with that first run.
10.5 left in the first. Second down and 9, and Nickens will throw for the first time tonight. Nickens needs to get rid of the ball and cannot. Goes down for a loss of 6 yards. A combination sack there from Jose Fuentes on the defensive line and Greg Julin.
Well, Fuentes needed that. The undrafted rookie only has 6 tackles on the season, no sacks. Looks like he got his first one here in the SFL tonight.
Third down and 15, and Nickens is going deep, and it's intercepted by Lee, intended for Bovine at the 45-yard line. First down for Atlanta. Good one-on-one coverage down the field as Nickens was going for it all.
Well, great individual effort here by the defender Lee, but this was a terrible play call by the OKC offense. Play action on 3rd and 15. Everybody in the planet and everybody in the chat room knows this is going to be a pass. You're not faking anyone out with the play action.
Devon Simeon says, looks like a new haircut. No, I just went to work today. First and 10 for the 45. It's been quite some time since I got out of the house. 3 receivers for Atlanta. Back to pass is Marcus Dunhill, and his first pass is a rocket to the OKC 39-yard line. A pickup of 16 yards. Siege Falco. Man, he's been taking this league by storm over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. 27 receptions, 484 yards, 2 touchdowns on the season. And that nifty little pass by Dunhill. Boy, the flick of the wrist and the ball's out of his hands so quickly in between a multitude of defenders.
9:28 to go in the first quarter. Just getting underway here on Fan Night. This out to the fullback, breaks a tackle, pushed out of bounds after a 7-yard pickup. That is Peyton Chisholm on the outside, 6'2", 240.
Let's talk a little bit about Marcus Dunhill, the quarterback for the Atlanta Swarm. First round pick, 10th overall. Let's see, just under 1,300 yards passing this season. 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Still feeling his way here in the SFL. But as you can see, his confidence is growing with every snap.
Shout out to TJ Cag SFL for the 500 pregame bits. I'm having a problem getting on the bit board tonight with 100. That is somehow not a first down to BDG Hollywood, 3rd and inches. I'd challenge that, keep the momentum going if I was Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Maybe just a little bit too early, and Atlanta might figure they can go ahead and get this without having to use one of those precious challenge flags.
Gonna try to grind it out, although Dunhill's in the gun. 4 wide, 3 to the top of the screen, far side right. Dime look for OKC, and Dunhill will throw. Dunhill going deep, long one-on-one coverage. Caught by Falco at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal.
And you got to love the position Falco put himself in front of the defender there, able to out-jump him. Dunhill slow to the shotgun.
Cool, calm, and collected. Dunhill to throw again. And Dunhill looks end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Boo Chisholm, it's 6-0 Atlanta.
Wow, the patience there by Dunhill, not only just to kind of trot up there to the line, but Atlanta obviously saw something they wanted to take advantage of in this Oklahoma City defense. They went with the hurry up and able to find, really looked very comfortable in doing so, able to find Boo Chisholm there right in the middle of the field, wide open.
By one vote, Atlanta OKC beat out Sioux Falls and Mexico City, and already this game has as many touchdowns as that game did yesterday. Wow. As Mexico City shut out Sioux Falls in a historical finish, 16-0, as Atlanta's extra point is up and good. And the Swarm out to the early lead, 7-0. Remember, Steven, last year in the final week of the season, Atlanta, if they won against Mexico City, they would be in the playoffs. If they lost, Oklahoma City would get in. Oklahoma City won on a game-winning field goal over St. Louis, and then Atlanta got humbled by the Aztecs. So Atlanta, maybe a bit of piece of revenge tonight.
Yeah, and it was kind of a Cinderella story at the end of last season for Oklahoma City. You know, they felt like it really felt like the team got hot right at the right time of the season and snuck their way into the playoffs. So, yeah, maybe Atlanta looking for a little bit of sideways revenge here. But really, all the momentum here early with that interception and then able to score off that turnover.
Manley on the return for Oklahoma City. Atlanta has the league's last-ranked pass defense, 361 yards a game. But Nickens on that opening possession had -6 passing yards if you count the sack and a pick. 8:16 to go in the first, out of the gun for Nickens. And Nickens all day long to throw. Pass is caught for the first down over the middle to Deezer Powell, his most reliable target.
Well, call this offensive line the Great Wall of Oklahoma City. They were able to hold back any type of Atlanta Swarm rush and give Nickens some ungodly time back there. He could have cooked an egg and made a sandwich and made breakfast and everything else.
First and 10 of the 40, 7:46 to go in the first. Two receivers, one to either side. Bovine is there tight on the line. Back to pass is Nickens, and Nickens dumps it off. That is to another big-name tight end, Caesar Massey. They've got a few of them that they use, including Deshaun Carter, who was a Week 3 signing on this squad. That time the third tight end gets involved.
Yeah, these guys here, they've heavily invested in their tight ends, and you know, it's shown. They've been able to get some production out of them. We'll talk about that after this play.
2nd and 6 at the 44. Three receivers, two off the left side of Nickens. Nickens, three-step drop, fires down the field. Caught in coverage. First down, Bovine to the Atlanta 30. Biggest play, offensive play of the game for Oklahoma City.
Well, Tiberius Bovine, been in the league for 9 seasons, incredibly. Really the Ron Gronkowski of this league, and actually playing like it this year. Number 1 in tight end yards with 401 and has 3 touchdowns. It's number 2 in tight end receptions with 29. So really Oklahoma City really utilizing their investment here at the tight end with Bovine leading the way.
First down and 10 at the 30. 3 wide for Nickens. Nickens, deep drop back, fires into triple coverage, but put it right on the money to Bovine again. A pickup of 7.
Well, Nickens, proving here in his second season that he is an absolute gunslinger. He's able to really command the offense, sit back, have a lot of patience, and just starting to pick off this Swarm defense.
Swole 2011 hosting us, War City for life with the 100 bits. Appreciate that as Nickens is going into the end zone. It is incomplete off the foot of the receiver and incomplete. He kicked it up into the air, and Atlanta could not find the football.
Well, I'll tell you one drill that this Atlanta Swarm secondary is going to be running in practice this week. They're going to be learning how to catch the ball, as that was an absolute gimme as it bounces off the foot of Bovine straight up into the air, and 7 defenders seemingly had a chance to get it. Couldn't come down with it. Terrible play.
He got slammed too. 3rd down and 3 at the Swarm 23. Doyle 1 carry for 1 yard in the opening quarter. Nickens to throw. Nickens outside, caught, first down. And that is the first catch for Deshaun Carter of the evening. Nickens now 5 of 7, 54 yards and a pick.
Well, nice chemistry between Nickens and Carter. Carter knowing exactly what he needed to get the first down, gives his quarterback a big window to allow him to get the ball in and make that early and easy conversion.
War City for Life now up to 219 bits this week. That's third on the leaderboards, and the handoff goes to Doyle. And Doyle picks up 4 out of the 14-yard line. I got to say, Stephen, we've seen a lot of games get out of hand early, especially from the home side. This is a nice response from Oklahoma City, about a 4-minute drive now.
Yeah, once you get slapped in the mouth, you never know exactly how that person's going to react or how that team is going to react. And the Renegades here posting a nice response to that early interception.
5:10 to go in the first. Doyle in the backfield, 3 wide. Manley in the slot. Handoff Doyle. Doyle straight up the middle. Doyle still on his feet. Nearly got the first down. They ruled that short of the sticks. Down to the 8-yard line under 5 minutes to go.
Well, we've seen Oklahoma City be really pass-heavy early here, and why not? The Swarms, as you mentioned, has the worst passing defense in the league so far coming into this week. But here, 2 nice runs by Doyle. It's going to build confidence in him. We should see more of him in this game.
3rd and inches, handoff Doyle. Doyle got the first down, but then took a licking from Aquantis Shine, who's been a little quiet this year, not having to defend a ton of top-tier running backs in the South. They have faced Jaye and Yola and a couple others, but the South more of a passing conference, it would seem, this season. Brings up 1st and goal at the 7 with 4:16 to go in the first quarter. And a nickel look for Atlanta. Handoff, handoff to Doyle. I thought they were going to go play action with that. Probably should have. No gain on the play. Brought down to the 6. Tackle made by Tyson Mack.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Renegades react here. As you get down to this side of the field and close to the end zone, that defense starts to collapse, and there's just more defensive players in that area. So do you run or do you pass here as the Renegades?
2nd and goal at the 6. Long time on the field for this offense, and Doyle again will only pick up 2 yards. 3rd down and goal from the 4. You have to imagine this is a passing down here for OKC. Twitch shout-outs. Hey, lots of bits too. Suicide King with 100. DR Sim with 100. Iceman Gervin 44. Black Star Tim 14. Lorm Crunfast. I always get that wrong. Wanta, Vancouver Legion. War City for Life, many others. C. Pundy also in the chat too. 3rd and goal from the 4. Now let's see what Nickens does here. They're going to hand it off, and Doyle's got a touchdown. What a play call. 3 straight runs inside the 10-yard line. Pays off for the Renegades. We're tied.
Well, the Swarm absolutely expecting Oklahoma City to pass in this situation after 2 really failed runs. But sometimes the best thing to do is completely opposite of what the defense thinks you're going to do. And if that means running on 3rd down, it's a gamble. But here it absolutely pays off for the Renegades. And I think we're going to see again more Doyle in this game as he's having success.
Okay, see Renegades in the chat not paying attention to work. That's dedication right there. And the extra point for OKC is up and good, and it's 7-7 with 3:13 to go in the first. Now we pause for a word from the SFL. Want to do what I do? Contact me in a DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL. From the 12, this is LB Allen III on the return. He does not have a catch yet tonight. 3:10 to go in the first. Gets it up to the 30. Deadlocked here on Fan Night. In front of, last I checked here, in front of 89 viewers. Community responding, Steven. Love it.
Yeah, community's responding. Now let's see how Atlanta responds. They came out offensively, looked really good, passing the ball. They didn't use BDG Hollywood as much as I thought. I think we're going to see more of him here.
War City for Life and X Factor 56 with another 100 bits cheered. Thank you for your cheers. Out to Falco, picks up 5. And I'm telling you, I've really been impressed with this Atlanta team from the standpoint of their offense really struggled last season, Steven, and I think people underrate this offense. They've been very proficient the first 5 weeks.
And I think, it's just based on a little bit of their history. They've been one of the more inconsistent teams in the league. One minute they look as hot as lava, the next minute super cold. So You just don't know what you're going to get, and with more consistency, their reputation will improve.
Dunhill out to Hollywood, made a man miss and picks up a first down to the 40. Atlanta's points per game is 4th in the league at 29 coming in. Their passing offense is 6th, and their rushing offense is 6th. That's good balance.
And led by that man, Hollywood. That's why you pay him the big bucks. Nearly 500 yards on the season already rushing.
Pay that man big butts as Hollywood picks up 8.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, what are you drinking tonight there? You usually have your Space Jam secret stuff bottle available. What are you got going on in there tonight?
Somebody's got to ask. However the spirit moves me.
We need to get some kind of sponsorship on that ASAP.
I agree with that. 2 minutes to go in the first. Hand off to Hollywood, and Hollywood's not going to get the first down. Day Drury, who forced a mean fumble at the end of the first half in the New Orleans game, holds Hollywood for a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and this is a rushing defense here in Oklahoma City that's only allowed 66 yards per game. That's the 4th best here in the league. So running against them, not always a good decision.
5 wide, empty backfield on 3rd down and 1, and Dunhill's facing pressure now, escapes and throws the completion. What a play by the rookie. That is a first down out to number 16. Enoch Malcolm, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, but what a play by Dunhill.
Yeah, absolute veteran play by the rookie there. Feels the blind rush on his blind side, steps up just enough to complete that pass. Terrific play.
In the final minute of the first quarter, 1st and 10 from the 45. 3 receivers, 2 to the left. Hollywood behind a fullback, picks up 4. In on the tackle, Gannon Slater and one other Renegade. 2nd down and 6, Atlanta and OKC's side of the field.
Well, you got to love what you're seeing out of Hollywood early here. One of those workhorse backs that simply gets stronger the more he gets used. And you see that he is really working some good momentum right now.
Dunhill, slant, caught, first down, out to the 27-yard line. And we talked about Atlanta's last ranked pass defense. Oklahoma City not much better. They're 18th despite the 2-2 record.
Well, Falco is an up-and-coming name here in the SFL. And look at the separation that he's able to get from that defender and really widen the window for his rookie quarterback to complete that pass. You need players like that to help a rookie under center. If he's got guys like, Bo Chisholm and Ceach Falco and LB Allen making those kind of plays, it's going to be a big season for the rookie.
End of the first quarter, Oklahoma City 7 and Atlanta 7. You're watching Fan Night on the SFL Network on Twitch, and we're back after this. APM Music is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com and visit their all-new esports landing page to find the best highlight music, heroic action, and epic sounds to boost the quality of your esports stream just like us. Log on to forum.apmmusic.com/esports for more information. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Show Business Studios can take your dream and make it reality. Any show, anytime, any place. Show Business Studios is limited only by your imagination. Find us at showbusinessstudios.com.
The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, is also brought to you in part by Show Business Studios, Mediatek Institute, Richards Printworks, ScoreStream, and Spygoat. Look at the Atlanta Aquarium. The Sharks now 2-2. They'll be on in prime time. Rivalry night next week. They're the next team to take on the unbeaten Alaska Storm, trying to end that streak. Start of the second quarter here from the Hive. Buzzing tonight, 1st and 10 at the Renegade 27 for Atlanta. Their offense has been nearly unstoppable, although Hollywood gets rocked there by Drury, who's having a good first half. No gain on the play.
Yeah, Drury able to really create a wall at the line of scrimmage, and one that Hollywood just bounced off of like one of those bouncy balls there. But I still do like what Atlanta and how Atlanta's approaching this series. Very balanced.
Hand off Hollywood, and Hollywood fumbled! Ball is loose, and Atlanta dives on it. A loss of 1. An opportunity to get the football for Oklahoma City. Number I don't have on my roster, so forgive me, number 43, but the recovery is Peyton Chisholm. What a play.
Yeah, give Chisholm a raise there. If he doesn't jump on that ball, so one of those defenders could have picked that up and put it in for 6. So, boy, a disaster averted.
That's Brady Clark, so forgive us, who's 25 on our roster sheet. 4 wide for Dunhill, and Dunhill fires it on 3rd down and long and converts. What a bullet to Siege Falco. He's caught all 5 of the balls thrown his direction, and Atlanta's in the red zone.
Well, let's just talk about the patience of this rookie Dunhill. Sits there with the rush coming from his blind side again, able to have the patience to wait for his receiver to get open, and Falco, with those Spider-Man sticky hands, able to grab that ball for the short completion.
Triple digits now in viewership in a tie game of fan night. That is just amazing. SFL Nation, 1st and 10 at the 14 and out to Chisholm. Chisholm just shy of the sticks at the 4. Atlanta running some no huddle. They did this in the red zone on their last possession, and it worked. Dunhill handoff Hollywood. Hollywood inside the 5. Diving for the end zone, but couldn't get there. 1st and goal at the goal line. They're trying to exhaust Oklahoma City. 3 wide, 2 in the backfield, and Dunhill's going to throw, and Dunhill out to Hollywood. Got to break 1 tackle, can't do it. 2nd and goal for the 1. What a heady play on the outside for Oklahoma City. That was Zig Washington, and Hollywood will take it middle and walk in for the touchdown.
Boy, let me tell you what, Atlanta's defense in the offense in the red zone, is clearly this no huddle package that they've put together. They want to strike, and they want to strike quickly, and they don't want to allow Oklahoma City's defense to put in any more extra mans, any substitutions, any more plays. They want to attack once they get down by the goal line, and that has resulted in 2 straight touchdowns.
So no punts here on fan night so far. We had an interception on Nickens' first throw of the game, and since then both teams have scored touchdowns on every drive. Extra point for Kidd. He's growing up. It's good. 14-7 with 9:11 to go in the second quarter, and Oklahoma City's defense needs to make an emergency call.
Well, you know what? I don't think quite yet they need to put that call in, just because their offense looked really good in the last series, and you know, a response here of any kind, it really keeps them tied into this game, and that's what you need as the Renegades. You know, your defense is kind of let you down here early in the first half. Your offense stepped up. Let's see if they can continue to do so and keep them in this game, which, let's not forget, they are playing in Atlanta, so they're really fighting everyone, not only the team that they're playing, but the crowd, their fatigue, travel fatigue, and all those different things, and trying to come away with a victory, an away victory, which is hard here in this league.
Manley made a man fly there, but I'm not going to take that away from DeMond. That's his call. 1st and 10 at the 27. 9:07 to go in the first half. Handoff Doyle. Doyle had the touchdown on the last drive. Gets nothing. Aquantis Shine and another member of the Swarm there to wrap him up. 200 bits from B Funked just now. And there was something else in the chat. IMF from Problem had 300. He is now at the top of the leaderboard this week with 700. Second down 10, 8:40 to go. Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, week number 5. So we had the halfway mark of the Season 11 campaign. Nickens to the far side, dropped. And that was a usually reliable Hunter Jones, the 30th pick in this year's draft.
Yeah, actually, a guy that has the most receiving touchdowns on this squad with 5 so far this season, 21 receptions, 237 yards. So Hunter Jones really been a red zone target for this team and uncommonly drops that one.
3rd down and 10 of the 27, 8:29 to go in the second. Nickens on the last 3rd and long, threw a pick, and deep ball down the field is dropped. Powell dropped it. I thought he caught it, and it's 4th down instead.
Well, to quote the great Jarvis Landry, these kind of things are contagious. These drops can be contagious.
Bless him.
And yeah, bless him. Absolutely bless him. And that's something that I know that this coaching staff is not doing right now on the sideline, is blessing these wide receivers, failing their quarterback here an opportunity to really put some more points on the board.
Somebody needs to clip that, send it to Jarvis. We see you, Jarvis. 8:20 to go in the second. And from the 35, good return by Allen, 8 yards up to the Atlanta 43. And the Swarm will now try to take control of this game. They have shown really no signs of having much issue with Oklahoma City's defense.
Yeah, and really this Renegades defense got a healthy dose of BDG Hollywood. And then they got that no huddle that really put them in a bind. Let's see if something similar happens on this series.
14-7, Atlanta up here on the Fan Night Game of the Week. And Dunhill will fire it outside. That was a pick six written all over it. Matthew Lee, the rookie, almost had it.
Dangerous pass here by Nickens. Clearly, Lee had just the right bead on that ball. Nearly came away with it, but just a great play of really, not so much athletic play, but more heady, intellectual. That's tough as a rookie.
70 yards for Falco on 5 receptions, 4 wide for Dunhill. And Dunhill will check it down to Hollywood, and Hollywood got nothing. Stood up right at the line of scrimmage there by Elvis Shoemaker and Blake Pepper, the Week 2 signing out at corner, as these Oklahoma City Renegade corners are trying to improve each week.
And Hollywood has 16 receptions on the season, but only 25 receiving yards. So he hasn't been much of a factor as a receiver out of the backfield.
5 wide, empty set, 3rd down and 10 for Dunhill. Dunhill gonna go down. Loss of 7 and a heavy rush right up the middle and a swing of the bat for Dante Akobe as OKC forces a punt.
And we've talked about how Dunhill has really had great movement in the pocket here. No matter where he decided to go, I think he was going to get sacked. So really just a no-win situation for the rookie quarterback.
More Twitch chat shout-outs. Mahmoud Ajlani, Eric JDWA, who's been helping us out on ScoreStream, man. Love and appreciate that. DR Sim 80, Truceman 21, Base Scout the 11th, I think. Kanye Rockefeller. Need to brush up on my Roman numerals. Vancouver Legion. Mark Lopez is here. Our stat man tonight, War City for Life with another 100 bits. Wanta, Football Dude 93, they just keep coming. X to Brown, Knight X. And, man, just a lot of SFL Nation here tonight, enjoying what's been a good ball game here as Nickens gets back on the field 5 for 9.
Well, bless you, Cam, for trying to figure out that alien language.
1st and 10 at the 32. 7:03 to go in the second quarter. Nickens going long, deep down the sideline, and Powell did not drop that one. 1st down to the Atlanta 42, and Nickens up to 80.
Well, never underestimate the power of wanting to make up for your mistakes. And there Powell lays out for this Nickens bomb that actually absolutely comes flying off that powerful arm. And just look at the extension here by Powell, giving it everything that he has and barely bringing it in with the fingertips. Wow, that might be a top 10 nominee right there.
And by the way, should mention now that the SFL Blitz will not air this week. I'm going to take this opportunity to get caught up on some Bits Give Back cheers and get some one-on-one interviews done and bring you more exclusive original SFL content. So look out for that this week, especially if you have cheered for one-on-one interviews or player photo galleries or Anything else going on as we wait for highlights to gather up for these highlight reels of these individual players? Can't wait to start putting that together for these guys' careers. That was a loss of 1 on that previous play, and on 2nd down and 11, Doyle will take the handoff, and he gets put down to the line. Another 3rd and long coming.
Well, just a great job there by the defender to get really violent with the hands there, able to get separation from the offensive lineman and have the actual athletic ability to jump and make that tackle with essentially one arm.
Halfway through the second, Oklahoma City keeping it close here on the road, 14-7. Just outside of field goal range, probably needs another 11 yards. And Nickens is going to try to get more than that. Pass caught by Jones, but he's 1 yard shy of the sticks. What do you do, Steven? Go for it or try the long field goal?
Yeah, at this point, I think you just try to go for the points. Doyle has been good. Oh, well, they're actually Atlanta's challenging that ball, and whether that's even caught at all.
Here we go. Let's take a look. Look good from first glance, Steven.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was a completed pass. Remember, you only need 1 foot here in the SFL, 1 foot in for those sideline plays there in field.
Wow. Incomplete. That's amazing. I don't think that's a good call, Steven.
No, but see, here's the problem, especially in our league. You can't leave the decision up to the stripes.
That's right.
We've seen too many times where the referees have made a call that we disagree with. They clearly, Oklahoma City disagrees with the situation, and it could turn the tide of the game a la Mexico City. So, you just got to make the plays and don't make them questionable. What a punt here.
Wow. All the way down to the 1. Well, if you're not going to get the correct call from the officials, at least you can get a brilliant punt from Ethan Ellis, and now the Renegades will try to force a safety, similar to what Vegas was able to do last night. You see the end of that game, Steven? What a bizarre turn of events.
Yeah, it's just, do you expect anything else from that kind of a matchup in prime time?
5:24 to go, 4 on the line. And Hollywood gets the handoff, and Hollywood's running and picks up 4. Boy, he was scrambling in the backfield there for a little bit longer than the Swarm fans would have hoped. 32 yards on 10 carries. Renegades doing a good job keeping him in check.
Yeah, they are, and this is when Atlanta really needs to rely on Hollywood to get them out of the shadow of their own goalpost.
4 wide, 3 the short side right. Handoff, Hollywood on a trap. Hollywood got speared at the 9, a 4-yard pickup, but Al Clint, second-year man coming in and roughing up Hollywood.
Well, that's, this is where you need Hollywood to be that bowling ball with legs, right? To just pound the ball either down the middle of the field or to the left or the right, but just really push through defenders to try and get this first down.
3rd and 2 at the 9. One more time. Hollywood stood up at the line. No gain. Excellent tackle right at the point of attack for Damon Myslinski. And Oklahoma City forced the 3-and-out, should have great field position.
Yeah, and that's a direct result of that terrific punt and special teams play, able to get them so close to the end zone that they were forced to run the ball 3 straight times. Renegades defense up to the challenge, stopping BDG Hollywood.
Swarm punted away only to the Swarm 40-yard line, and then Manley gets sideswiped down to the 37. And I think he's delusional about how many yards he just returned that, because he's very excited.
I think he was just excited he survived that hit and wanted to show Atlanta that that didn't faze him while he goes to the sidelines and gets some smelling sauce.
3:58 to go in the first half. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 37, almost right back where we started. In fact, better than where Oklahoma City was on that last incompletion. Nickens going to throw, and Nickens throws it out to Powell. At first, Steven, I was like, where in the heck is that going? And Powell just popped right into your screen, perfectly run.
Well, how many times tonight have we seen Nickens throw that deep pass with the just high velocity, strong arm? Here, he actually shows a little touch, and I think that's what kind of threw us off were watching it, it looked like a lackadaisical pass, but it was more of a precision slice.
Doyle trap, nice play. Doyle picks up 10 yards on a trap right up the gut. Aaron Lee with his 4th tackle.
Well, the rookie running back still trying to find his way here in the SFL, but definitely showcased some wheels right there as he found a burst in a wide open Grand Canyon type opening there in the middle of the offensive line.
Into the red zone. Renegades trying to tie the game up. Got a couple of stops now on back-to-back possessions after Atlanta scored touchdowns on their first 2 possessions. 3 wide, and off Doyle. And Doyle picks up 2. Like what I've seen out of J.W. Doyle tonight is Oklahoma City's tried to be a bit more balanced this evening.
Well, Aquantis Shine had that laser locked from the moment the snap happened. He was all over Doyle, and, he's been doing this a long time. So the veteran there showing his experience.
I'll get to that shout in a minute. 2nd down and 8. Deep drop back for Nickens. Nickens firing, corner of the end zone, tipped. Almost intercepted. What a missed opportunity for Darren Williams.
And it's to Hunter Jones again is the target. Don't forget, this guy has 5 touchdowns on the season for a reason. But there, as you mentioned, Josh Vasquez able to get the tip and nearly picked up there by number 25.
AP triple one or quadruple one says, as always, great work on the commentary, guys. So
thank you.
Love hearing that. Appreciate the compliments. 2:32 to go in the second. 3rd down and 8 at the 15. Nickens changing the play at the line here. What's he calling? He's calling a pass to the outside, short of the sticks. It'll force a field goal. Deezer Powell on the reception. There's an updated look at the quarterback numbers.
Yeah, a bit of a give-up play there. I wish that Nickens would have held the ball just a little bit longer. There was just not going to be an opportunity for that receiver to get a first down. But for Oklahoma City, you've got to count this as a win. I mean, they're able to put points on the board here potentially, stay in this ball game, and really have shown that offensively they can do a lot of great things against Atlanta in their home stadium.
So it's a 29-yarder to cut the deficit to 4. Left-footed kicker right in the middle of the field. Good snap, good hold. And the kick is down and good for Oklahoma City. 14-10. Atlanta possesses a 4-point lead, and quietly, Stephen, Marcus Dunhill is 10 of 11 tonight so far.
Wow, near perfect. But really, you got to remember that this score here by Oklahoma City was really based back on that bad call by the referees on what was going to be a 4th and maybe inches, 4th and 1 decision, right, and in field goal range. And then the great punt, and then this Renegades defense able to stop Atlanta in a 3-and-out, really, when they went 3 times to Hollywood. So give a lot of credit to those points for this defense.
Great point and analysis. Out to the 29-yard line goes Allen. He's still without a catch here tonight, just ahead of the 2-minute warning. Hollywood and Doyle's numbers are almost identical. Doyle is 12 of 30 for a touchdown. Hollywood 12 for 35 with a touchdown. Falco has been the top target tonight, 5 catches, 70 yards, but Chisholm has the touchdown. Deezer Powell, 4 catches, 50 yards on 5 targets, and Bovine has caught his 2 targets for 33 yards. Final play before the 2-minute warning, handoff to Hollywood, and Hollywood gets a helmet to the stomach. 5th tackle for Day Drury tonight, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. You are listening and watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch.tv. Second and 10 at the 29 after Hollywood picks up nothing. Hollywood straight back, good pocket, outside, and too late. Chisholm on that Oklahoma City sideline, way out of bounds, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, well, those are the obstacles that you have when you have a rookie quarterback under center. The timing's not always right, and I disagree with this challenge.
Well, and it's the booth, too. What kind of homerism is this? I mean, first the bad call on the other, and then there's no way they overturn this, Stephen. He's way out of bounds. Way out of bounds.
Boy, I'm anxious to even predict what this call's going to be.
And it stands.
Jeez, okay, thank goodness.
And Michael Irvine's saying it's about bleeping time. I got a call to go my way in the final 2 minutes of a half.
Yeah, it's tough. It's already tough to face an opposing team in their stadium, much less having to face the referees too as an opponent.
3rd down and 10 at the 29. 14-10. Atlanta on top of OKC. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Dunhill, straight back, fires, caught, first down, but a big shot across the brow from Brady Clark, but the clock and chains and drive keeps moving.
Well, it was almost disaster there for Dunhill as a defender got flattened right at his feet, and that one-step drop back is doing his offensive line no favors, but able just enough to get enough of the defender there to make that pass completion happen.
Hand off Hollywood, and look at BDG Hollywood making OKC look like they're on ice skates. Gain of 4. That was a signature Hollywood run. Remember that one run, Stephen, he had against Tallahassee, that one game last year where he spun about 8 different times, got away?
Yeah. One of the best plays of the season.
Yeah, 2nd and 6 at the 44. A minute to go in the first half. And Dunhill fires another slant. Boy, Atlanta is killing the Renegades with that slant.
Well, a rookie's quarterback's best friend is a great running back, and having Hollywood has opened up these passing lanes.
Straight back Dunhill. By the way, that was L.B. Allen on that last reception. That's Falco on the sideline. They ruled that an incomplete pass, and I don't know, Steven, it looked like a catch to me.
Well, so if they challenged the last pass, they certainly got to challenge this one.
Whoever is the side judge tonight, just do your job the first time.
We might be breaking in some new referees here. You know, we did have quite a few referee veterans retire in the offseason, so this might be one of those NCAA college guys coming over and reffing his first game here.
Did we now? Did we have some vets retire?
Just ask the commissioner; he'll tell you.
And that ruling is overturned. So, the roller coaster of emotions here. With 43 seconds to go. All right, So our third challenge of the half. 2 have gone in favor of Atlanta. That's a completion for 9 yards to the Renegade 37-yard line. Atlanta still has all 3 timeouts. 3 receivers, 2 backs, and Dunhill will throw. Hollywood's wide open, and I mean wide open into field goal range. Atlanta will burn one of their timeouts.
Yeah, that might be the best pass reception that he's had all season right there. He's really been shut down as a receiver out of the backfield, but I mean, anybody can make that play that wide open. Now they're in field goal range. Cam, now is the time we need to start looking at the clock. Most of these SFL coaches here, they side on the side of caution around the 15-second mark.
Right.
They just prefer to go for a field goal. So that gives the Swarm unlimited amount of time to shoot for the end zone.
Dunhill outside and past the 25. Nice hit by Pepper to keep him in bounds. 28 seconds to go. Electing for the no huddle is Atlanta after Chisholm makes another reception. Allen's in the slot. Falco bottom of the screen. All the way down to 20 seconds now here. Quick slant middle. Pass caught. Timeout Atlanta. That's L.B. Allen. And going back to your last point, Stephen, with 1 timeout left here, does Atlanta get conservative? Up 4.
Well, they might, and I think it was a mistake by the fullback not to get out of bounds, but on the previous play. But here, I think you take one last shot, and it looks like they're going to do that. But if they don't make it in the end zone here, fully expect the field goal unit to come out. 1st
and 10 at the 15. Atlanta been in this formation a lot tonight. Dime look for Oklahoma City. 4-man rush. Dunhill's pass, middle, caught, dragging a defender down to the 1, but Oklahoma City keeps them out of the end zone. And Atlanta will burn their final timeout, and surely they'll kick a field goal now here. What a stop on the goal line.
Yeah, I think you've got to kick the field goal. If for some reason you're unable to get in the end zone, you just don't have enough time to try and reset or set everything up, unless it's an incomplete pass. But let's see what they choose to elect to do here.
Even with 12 seconds and a bouncing ball, even I wouldn't take the chance. But especially even a half a yard gain on a run, You may not be able to get back to the line in time. This is going to be a chip shot from 18 yards away as Atlanta plays it safe to try to go up by a touchdown. Low snap, nearly blocked, but the kick is good. And Atlanta goes up 7, almost disastrous ending to the half there for the Swarm.
Well, we always talk about those pivotal plays. There's 1, 2, maybe as many as 3 that happen in the game that we often look back, Cam, and say, that was a momentum shifter and a really change in this game. That particular play by Oklahoma City's defense to keep the Swarm out of the end zone could come back to haunt them later in this contest.
From the 11, Manley out of the 26. So if I'm Nickens, Steven, I'm chucking it. Why not? I don't think you're going to give up a pick six. The clock will for sure run out, but he's not afraid to go deep.
I actually think they should run it here and just run the clock out. And my reasoning behind it is I don't really feel like Atlanta's got the momentum here. After that stop by your defense and you've looked good offensively, why not go into the locker room with positive momentum for your team?
That's a good point. 3 receivers, 2 to the far side right for Nickens. Doyle is off to his left, running the clock down to 6 on the play clock here just before the half. On fan night, 17-10, Renegades trailing, but Nickens is going to bomb it deep, and Nickens has a man! 40-30, Bovine! 20-10, trying to get caught! He won't! Touchdown and the half, Oklahoma City!
Well, that's why you don't listen to my advice, Oklahoma City. You just got yourselves back into this game on one massive play, and why not to Tiberius Bovine, the top tight end arguably in this league and has been for a long time, able to make a statement here at the end of the half and get you, hopefully with this extra point, tied up in this ball game going into halftime.
And I think that was Aaron Lee, although I'm not certain, that came over to try to swat that ball away, over pursued and missed the football. Terrible play there for, I believe, Aaron Lee, although, again, I'm not for certain. Bovine now has 107 yards on 3 receptions and a touchdown. The extra point is good, and we are tied in a dramatic turn of events at the end of the first half, 17-17 on arguably the best fan night game of the year so far. First half stats and highlights are next. Steven, give us your thoughts as we break down the first half.
Well, Oklahoma City attempting to figure out a way to get out of their two losing game skid that they're in looked really good tonight. Offensively and defensively, to come into Atlanta and play at this level, and a Swarm team that has looked equally as good. This has just been a quality matchup tonight. And let's not forget, though, Atlanta hasn't had to make really big, splashy offensive plays in order to have the lead for most of this game, whereas Oklahoma City needed that big play by their tight end at the end of the first half to get into this game. So as far as consistency goes, you got to like what you've seen at Atlanta. You got to like what you've seen out of Dunhill, who was nearly perfect there in the first half as a rookie quarterback. And you got to love what you've seen from this guy, BDG Hollywood. But Oklahoma City's not going away quietly, and they have a group of talented stars who can get them not just back into this game like they did in the first half, but can win this game with some more consistency on both sides of the ball.
Back-to-back weeks, Oklahoma City got burned late in the first half. Against Denver, they kicked a field goal, and then B.J. Armstrong returned the kickback for a touchdown. The week prior, I can't remember the exact situation, but they also ended up having to settle for a field goal, I think when they were on the 1 or 2 yard line. Now this week, the karma comes back around, and we have seen so many teams swing momentum on the last play of the first half this season, Steven. It's uncanny.
Yeah, and let's not forget also that Oklahoma City, they had some drop passes that could have got them even in better position in this game. But I think for me, it all goes back to the play that we're seeing right now, able to make that explosive play at the end of the half to go into halftime with their entire team charged. What does that do for this team coming out? And I believe I'm not sure getting the ball first. Now they're kicking it away. I'm sorry.
Atlanta gets first opportunity. Nickens threw that pick on that third play of the first drive for Oklahoma City to start the game. They didn't have the ball for very long on that first possession. LB Allen back to return. Start of the second half is underway. 104 viewers here tonight watching one of the better games of the year so far as Allen returns it out to the 31-yard line. The winner, Stephen, goes 3-2. They'll be tied with Houston for second place in the South, and they will be ahead by quite some margin, because then you've got the 2-3 team, which will be losing this season series, and then you've got 3 teams with 1 win each. So this game is a big deal to both of these teams. First and 10 at the 31. 3 receivers, 2 to the right of Dunhill, 2 backs to the right of Dunhill. Hand off Hollywood, and Hollywood again. It's put down by Drury. Only a pickup of 2, 41 yards on 15 carries, and I think his longest run of the night is 9, Stephen, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a boom or bust prospect for Hollywood, but you know, this is an Atlanta Swarm team that's the number 5 rushing offense in the league, so they're not going to abandon their run, especially in a tied ball game at home.
Dunhill 16 of 18 in that first half. Nickens 9 of 16 with that touchdown and pick. Hollywood makes the catch, but brought down behind the line. That's another nice tackle made by Gannon Slater, and it's third down and long again for Dunhill.
I think technically, Cam, that's going to go down as a rushing attempt for a loss because the ball was thrown backwards.
Yeah, it might, actually. You're right. Minute to go in the third. Empty backfield for Dunhill. Dunhill against a 4-man rush all day to throw. Has an open receiver. That is Falco. First and 10 of the 40. Falco is just carving up Pepper on that outside.
Yeah, this is all about the rookie Falco and the route that he runs. He fakes inside, goes outside, and gives his rookie quarterback just an entire side of the field that he can throw to. And of course, Falco will, the big, tall, 6'4", 205-pound receiver can go up and get it with the best of them.
First and 10 at the 40. 3 receivers, 2 backs for Atlanta. And the handoff goes to Hollywood. And Hollywood pushes ahead for 5. Nice run. Marcus Dunhill was mentioned in the chat that he's a top 10 quarterback right now. Dunhill, 7 touchdowns, 8 picks. But if you take out the fourth quarter against Tallahassee where he threw 3, he's had 5 in his first 4.5 games because he doesn't have a pick tonight. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and they don't need him to be, a top 10 quarterback. The Swarm, really their most powerful offensive weapon is Hollywood. They just need Dunhill to be consistent, and that's what he's been.
Hollywood picks up 3, but Drury saves the first down. He is one of the highest paid defensive players on this Renegade roster in quite some time as they've been investing a lot in offenses of late. Brings up a critical 3rd down and 2 at the Renegade 31.
So here's the question. Do you pass, maybe throw this defense off a little bit, or do you run with your big guy in the backfield?
Out of the dime for Oklahoma City, they're going to hand it off to Hollywood, and Hollywood got the first down. I thought there for a moment it looked like OKC kind of won the battle up front, but Hollywood's just a good running back, man. He found the hole.
Well, let me tell you what Atlanta did here. They spread out that Oklahoma City defense in what's typically a pass formation in that 4 wide, and that just opened up the holes for BDG Hollywood.
First down and 10 at the 26. Dunhill, 3-step drop, looking around and sacked. Zig Washington gets in on the play. Excellent job by the rookie, undrafted this season.
Yeah, and that's one of those rookie obstacles that every young quarterback here in the SFL has to overcome. That internal clock telling you when to get rid of that ball, either throw it out of bounds or, which we don't see enough of, is quarterbacks running out of the pocket.
Second sack of the night for OKC. 2nd down and 13. Dunhill looking around. Dunhill in trouble. Avoided a sack. One-handed grab just ahead of the first down for Falco. What a play by Dunhill to get rid of that in time.
Well, Siege Falco here bailing out his quarterback. Look, coming out of college, this kid was known for his long arms and his big hands. and he just creates such a large catching radius, for his rookie quarterback to throw to. It's no wonder that Dunhill is looking for number 17 when he needs a big play.
That was going to be a Drury pick if he couldn't make it happen. Oh, right over Drury's head to LBL in the third for a first and goal of the 4. Pick up a 13. What a laser from Dunhill.
Yeah, and accurate, too. Had to be really accurate to get over the defender there. But this is a 5'11" wide receiver in LB Allen, so doesn't have a big of a window for Dunhill, but Dunhill able to make the accurate pass there.
First down and goal of the 4. 6:25 to go in the third. Handoff Hollywood. Nothing. That's a renegade sandwich. No gain on the play for 105 viewers.
Well, BDG Hollywood there, a really good weapon down by the goal line, but Oklahoma City's defense very prepared for that and stopping him stone cold.
Handoff Hollywood. Got him again. Drury is all over him. That's what you want out of your star linebacker, just to gain a 1.
Yeah, number 58's all over the field. 35 tackles, 2 sacks, 4 pass defense coming into this game. Just an all-around athlete who does a little bit of everything as a defender.
Third and goal now from the 3. Oklahoma City's been good inside the 5. And Falco going to throw. Falco dropped by Chisholm as he fell to his knees. And the Renegades catch a break.
Well, that's what you want. You want one-on-one with the defender. Boo Chisholm, 6'4", 210 pounds. You figure your big, tall number 1 wide receiver is going to be able to come down with that ball there, going to his knees, trying to basket catch it, lose his concentration. That the defender did a good job, though, of blanketing him. And but that's one you got to believe Chisholm comes away with 9 out of 10 times.
Halfway through the third, this is a chipper from 20. Good snap, good hold. Field goal is through for Atlanta. 20-17, 5:27 to go in the third. A tremendous fan night rolls on. Now a word from the SFL.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
You ever had those salty and sweet Snickers before, Steven? They're new. They're good.
Really? No, I'm going to have to try that out.
They're good. No, not sponsored. But I'm making you think that it is.
Could easily be.
Could easily be.
Simple email.
Especially if I unwrap one very slowly and eat it on the broadcast. First and 10 at the 30, and the handoff to Doyle. Tried to shift outside. Picks up 2. There's an updated look on the running back numbers. Both have been held in check by these good run defenses.
Yeah, they really have, and it's been a good showing, defensively against the run for both of these teams, and these are 2 of the bigger names here in the SFL when it comes to running backs. So both teams showing a really well-balanced offense tonight, and both running backs getting used quite often.
Nickens deep. Intercepted. Wow, threw it right to him. That's Aaron Lee again. Stops and waits for the defender. Aaron Lee down the sideline. He's going to score. Touchdown, Atlanta. What a mistake by Nickens on a terrible throw.
I'm not sure what or who Nickens was trying to point out there, what he saw, but clearly blanketed by the defender. Aaron Lee probably hasn't had an easier interception in his entire SFL career, but the athleticism to turn it upfield and get by number 15 there, terrific. And by the time that 15 even had a chance and missed his opportunity, Lee was gone.
To give some props to Josh Vasquez tonight. He is all over Hunter Jones. Hunter Jones has been a complete non-factor in the ball game. He's got no catches on 3 targets. And, I mean, they've taken him completely out of the game.
And one of those targets was in the end zone for a touchdown that they were able to tip and nearly pick off. So, yeah, Hunter Jones just hitting some sort of a rookie wall. We've seen that with other rookies here at the mid-season point where they're just not used to the SFL grind, and they're just not all there for a game. And that's certainly the case tonight for Hunter Jones. But hey, as we all know, we all love underdogs, comeback stories. It could be one of those for Hunter Jones here later in this game.
400 bits from MF and Problem. Now 1,100 for the week. Appreciate the support. AJ Pick 6 with the 100 and the shocked emoji as Manly returns out to the 29. Atlanta dominating the third quarter here, up 10-0, but Oklahoma City's been in a position of being behind all night here, so nothing unusual for Nickens and company, but they have to bounce back.
Well, before that interception, I really thought Atlanta was allowing to stick around, and I didn't know if my question was, can the Renegades, Nickens and company really, take advantage? Clearly couldn't there, and now down even more points.
1st and 10 at the 29, and now the first flag of the night's going to be on the Swarm. That'll be accepted. It'll be 1st and 5.
Well, if you're Deacon Nickens and you've had success in this league here in your second season, you got to have amnesia when it comes to what just happened on that interception for the pick 6. You've got to put it behind you and not be afraid to take those kinds of chances again, because they can pay off big like they did in the first half with that touchdown to Bovine.
For Aaron Lee, he now has 2 interceptions tonight. And for Lee coming in, he already had 3. So Aaron Lee is now second on the SFL leaderboards with 5, only behind Oscar Dunkley's 6 picks. As on 1st down and 5, Doyle, one of his best runs of the night, nearly got a 1st down.
Yeah, and for Lee, 5 interceptions already on the season now, and he's not done. I mean, this is a Oklahoma City Renegades offense that likes to pass and is down by 10. So you got to think Lee's going to get plenty of more opportunities in this game. Excuse me.
2nd and short, 3:40 to go in the third. Oklahoma City needs a solid drive. Handoff Doyle. Boy, that was about to get blown up for about a 5-yard loss, and instead Doyle picks up a 10-yard gain out of the 47.
Yeah, if Nickens is just a millisecond slower in delivering this ball, that is a loss in the backfield. But Nickens able to put it in the breadbasket, and Doyle able to have that acceleration to get out of a dangerous situation back there behind his own line of scrimmage.
I believe that was Ketsa on the tackle. A name that we haven't talked about much tonight is Mahmoud Ajlani. Nickens has stayed away from him. I don't even think a pass has been thrown in his direction. And Powell has been awfully quiet lately. 1st and 10 at the 47. And Nickens is going to go outside, and that is tipped away by Ketsa. Man, I'm impressed with these corners. Ketsa in his 2nd year, and Vasquez, the undrafted rookie.
Well, you talked about Ajulani. There's a reason why they're staying away from him. He has 4 interceptions coming into this game. Ketsa, not one you want to mess with either. 8 pass defense on the season. That's his 9th. And 2 interceptions himself. Dangerous secondary here in Atlanta. But also, Cam, on the other side of that, they're 21st in pass defense. So they have dangerous playmakers that can take the ball away, but they also allow a massive amount of yards.
Tell you what, they're playing much better against the pass tonight as Nickens has had his struggles. 2nd down and 10, going to throw again to the outside, this time to Jones. Pickup of 7, and Coach Irvine saying, for the love of God, if you challenge that, I'm going to scream. But a 7-yard gain for the moment.
Well, and also, we were talking about Atlanta's secondary. Let's not forget that in the Dallas win, they allowed 600 passing yards. So that's going to skew those stats. And this Swarm secondary is a lot better than what the stat sheet says.
Yeah, that's a good point. 3rd down and 3 at the Swarm 46. 2:48 to go in the third. And Nickens will throw. Nickens on a slant. Too late. That was off the kneecap of a defender and almost ricocheted right to another Renegade player. Did Jones just get popped in the head? I don't know what that was about there. 4th down late. Speaking of which, Steven, did you see the fight that broke out in the Chicago Queen City game on the final kneel down?
No.
The couple offensive linemen went at each other. Were scrumming on the field.
Teammates?
Yeah, no. Chicago defensive lineman and a Queen City offensive lineman, and they were going at it. well after the play, and I would expect to see some fines there as first and 10 for the 14 coming up for the Swarm. But yeah, things get chippy out there for sure.
Well, going back on that last play there for Oklahoma City that on third down, just a really bad decision by Nickens. Had a guy wide open, able to really get the first down for him, but Nickens was locked on a receiver and didn't deliver a good ball, causing them to have to punt.
Well, Oklahoma City's up against it now. They're really struggling here in this third quarter as Dunhill just got it away, killing Oklahoma City over Drury's head in the middle of the field on that slant pass. It's been their most effective offense all night.
And, one thing a lot of these rookies here in the SFL, especially certainly quarterbacks, they don't have a lot of touch on their delivery there. Just a perfect little lob pass, only way the receiver could catch it, and getting him that first down conversion.
Hand off to Hollywood, picked up just 3, and look who's there again to make the stop. Day Drury.
Well, he's everywhere tonight. But what a luxury for this rookie quarterback to have someone like Hollywood in the backfield. When all things are going wrong and the pocket's collapsing and your receivers are dropping balls, you know that you can give the ball to Hollywood and he can be a powerful workhorse for you.
Oklahoma City gives up 31.75 points per game. That's 20th in the SFL as Dunhill flips it out to Hollywood, and Hollywood doesn't get much. He gets bulldozed at the 30, third down and 6. By the way, shout out to Mexico City's defense along with Carolina's. They give up just 14 points a game, and Mexico City became the first team in SFL history this past week to win 3 games in a row when scoring less than 20 points.
Wow.
Third and 6 at the 30. 1:06 to go in the third, and Dunhill will fire it outside, and oh man, I thought Chisholm was going to turn it up the field. He did his best. That pass was not put in the perfect position. Oklahoma City gets a stop. They really needed that.
Well, the 4-year veteran there in Chisholm is kicking himself right now. Had just a small window to try and turn that ball up the field. You almost expect him to just take the ball and lean it across the first down marker. He was so close there, but we've seen Bo Chisholm be a little hot and cold tonight with that dropped pass in the end zone. May still be thinking about that.
High snap almost over the head of Otis Jenkins, and from the 31, Manley gets out to the 36. So good field position for Oklahoma City trying to shake off what's been a rough third quarter. The pick 6 from Nickens, which is unusual for him, and he's lost a little bit of that efficiency that he had through the first 2 games.
And this is the time, I really believe, for the Renegades. They've got to get points on the board. Look at the clock. It's the third quarter, only 41 seconds left. They've got to try to put some points on the scoreboard here.
Handoff Doyle staying patient, but just a gain of a yard. How about that smackdown from Joey Malcolm, 6'4", 318 on the line.
Well, good Lord, let's hope this defensive line here for Atlanta as City doesn't start to catch fire like that and starts actually putting more pressure on Nickens. We may see even more turnovers.
Offside again on Atlanta. Nickens lost the ball. Got just creamed in the backfield, but it's going to be for naught. But, man, Nickens took a punch.
Well, we talked about quarterback pressure. We talked about turnovers. We see them both on that play, but it's all for naught because of the penalty.
That'll bring up second down and 4, and that will end the third quarter of play with the clock ticking away. 27-17, still a good ball game. Atlanta is trying to pull away and get to 3-2. This is Fan Night on the SFL Network on Twitch, presented by APM Music. We're back after this.
to create a well-rounded media professional. MediaTek is a place where you can turn dreams into reality. Our comprehensive recording arts, digital film, animation, mobile apps, and web development courses are focused on being very hands-on. We are a career-focused school. Our instructors are not only great teachers, they are also working professionals with real-world experience. MediaTek, come see what your future holds.
The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music, is brought to you by Show Business Studios, MediaTek Institute, Richards Printworks, ScoreStream, and Spygo. This is the Coca-Cola Museum. Stephen, Atlanta rumored is a possible new convention site for next year. You ever been to Atlanta?
I have driven through Atlanta, and boy, that's not something you want to do on the regular. Traffic there is crazy, but I would love to be in hot Atlanta for the convention. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and Chizzy's hometown. He knows he's going to show us the spots.
3rd and 4, no game for Doyle. What's so wrong about driving through Atlanta? Just the traffic?
Oh, good. You've never done it, huh?
No.
Okay, you're better off in life that you haven't.
I have the Metroplex to deal with. 3rd down and 4 for Nickens. Needs to convert. Pass caught. Short of the sticks. There is a flag that also came in late. And actually, with forward progress, I'm not really sure that he was short. Just assuming, and not sure what the flag was.
Let's see here.
Roughing the passer. Wow. The flag is on Joey Malcolm. Got to get another look at this. That's a huge penalty. Oh, he got him.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He must have thought he still had the ball, or I don't know. He flung the offensive lineman aside and then speared the quarterback. What is he thinking?
Yeah, that's not good. Moves OKC all the way up to the Atlanta 41-yard line. Big mistake there. Probably would have been 4th down. Nickens in trouble. Nickens dropped way in the backfield by Joshua Williams, who was signed in week 3, who also forced the fumble earlier. Nickens is very slow to get up on a loss of 9.
Well, Joshua Williams, 2 tackles and a sack in his first 2 games here in the SFL, gets his 2nd sack. But boy, does the defensive line take care of their own or what? Get hit with the roughing the passer call on one of your other defensive linemen, and you come out and you make it a 2nd and 19 off a sack.
2nd and long, passing down now for Nickens. Got to do it. 3-man rush. Nickens over the middle, caught by Bovine, makes it a more manageable 3rd down and 13. Nickens has been held to under 200 passing yards tonight.
Yeah, but Nickens is built to convert these kind of 3rd and 13s. We've seen him masterfully launch the ball from all different kinds of arm positions. I mean, the guy is just a specialist when it comes to the deep ball.
We've seen Oklahoma City just outside of field goal range fail to get into it earlier in this game on a very similar pass, but Hunter Jones turns the sideline down to the Atlanta 24. Hunter Jones finally gets open and makes a big play for OKC.
Well, we love those redemption stories, don't we, here in the SFL? And there, Hunter Jones, who has been targeted several times tonight and able to come away with his first catch, makes sense for the guy that leads this team in touchdown.
The game of the week has lived up to the billing here. 8:48 and counting. OKC in a position to make it a 1-score game. As long as they can take care of things on their end. 3 wide receivers, Doyle to the right of Nickens. Nickel look for Atlanta. Ball on the right hash. Nickens will throw. And Nickens fires to Jones outside again. And Hunter Jones, what a pretty catch on the sideline. That wasn't your typical toe tap.
No, that was falling backwards, Cam, and able to get his little toesies into the field there before he falls out of bounds. Only need to get 1 foot in, but I think he got both in.
I think he did too, and that was a nice little hop there. Jones showing he can get open. He's starting to win some battles on the outside. Now on the 15-yard line of Atlanta. 8:22 to go in the 4th quarter. Doyle's in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff, and Doyle's not going to get any yards. 44 now on the night. Him and Hollywood going back and forth. Aquanta Shine and Day Drury, the 258s on the field, have been going back and forth as well.
Well, let's not forget that this is an Atlanta defense that blanked Oklahoma City's offense. They didn't score at all in the third quarter, and I expected more of them coming out of halftime after that Bovine touchdown after the first half.
Third one of the 15, handoff, Doyle one more time, got it, first down to the 13. We've seen Oklahoma City go back to the run when it hasn't been successful, and both times it's panned out.
Yeah, they call football a game of inches, and there's a perfect display of it right there. Needing every inch really to get that conversion, and now at the 13-yard line in the red zone, can OKC make it pay off in 6 points?
First and 10 at the 13. Nickens just got it away. Pass caught by Manley, dragging defenders down to the 1. What a play! And that is Manley's first reception of the night. 6 foot, 200 slap man.
Well, I know why they call him Manley. That was a manly play to carry 3 defenders right up to the 1-yard line and convert that first down. That should have, in most of the cases, that's just a 4-yard play count.
Doyle, did he get it? No, stopped at the goal line. Excellent play. Anthony Ruckus and Tyson Mack on the stop.
Doyle has had to fight and claw for every rushing yard tonight. Atlanta's defense has been on point for most of the night against this running attack.
At the goal line, Doyle's got a touchdown already tonight. Will they try to punch it in again? Running a stretch left, didn't get in. Actually lost about 1.5 yards. Shine, and who else was there? Darren Williams on the tackle.
Well, I can tell you what, Doyle, when he gets even close to the goal line, he's just seeing sky blue because there are no blockers in front of him. It's a one-man show there at the line, and there's just too many swarm to the swarm.
Do they dare run it a third straight time inside the 5? No, Nickens going to pass. Nickens sidearm throw, dropped, kicked up in the air, almost caught. Oh my gosh, had a chance at it twice. Coming back for it was Deshaun Carter, and instead OKC will have to kick a field goal. What a wacky turn of events.
Well, that's just, it's a bad play by the receiver there to drop the ball. Not necessarily drop it, but pop it up into the air. And Cam, I believe he went out of bounds and then came back in to try to catch it, which is something that you're not allowed to do. But just an all-around bad play there by the receiver.
I think he may have just been trying to play some defense there, just anything. Yeah. May not have been noticed by the officials. Nothing was certainly called, and the field goal, the 19-yarder, is good for OKC, but now they have no room for error. 20-27. We'll pause for a quick moment from a word from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter @SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Stat updates, thanks to Mark Lopez, who's on stats tonight. Dunhill is 22 of 26, 220 yards, a touchdown, no pick. Deacon Nickens is 15 of 26, 220 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Doyle has 46 yards, actually does have a touchdown. That was the Bovine catch. Doyle, 21 yards, 46 carries and a score. Hollywood, 22 carries, 56 and a score. Falco has 132 yards, and Bovine has 112 yards. Your receivers tonight over 100. That pass caught by Falco, and Falco's got over $150 now, actually right at 150 for 10 receptions.
Boy, has this kid been really reliable tonight. Every time that Dunhill has called his number, Falco has stepped up to the challenge here. Just reaches out pretty easily in front of him. Good separation from the defender there, number 26, and a big target for his rookie quarterback, who's really benefited from his excellent play all night.
15 yards over the middle. Has just killed OKC all night. Continues to do so. 4 wide, 3 to the bottom of the picture. That's Boo Chisholm isolated at the top of the screen. He's been a little quiet. First down for the 46, handoff Hollywood, and Hollywood, I thought he had some spaces. Drury got blocked, an excellent block, but Washington makes the tackle from behind.
Well, this is an OKC defense that only allowed 3 points in the third quarter by this Atlanta offense. Don't forget, it was Aaron Lee's pick 6 that really put them on the board and broke that 17-17 tie. So this is an Oklahoma City defense that has come to play tonight.
Hollywood put a move on somebody on the outside. 3-yard gain, 3rd down and 4. I think for Mother's Day, Hollywood sends all of these players the game film of them getting shook out of their shoes. See Savage like that, 3rd and 4.
Thinking back about that tossed ball, that ball that was up in the end zone, Cam, from earlier, I think because the receiver actually touched the ball first, he's able to come back from out of bounds and catch it. So.
Well, that's an interesting point. I don't think we've ever seen that circumstance. Atlanta is trying to run some clock here on 3rd down and 4. Dunhill on a little check down. I don't know what Oklahoma City's pass rush was doing. They went way outside, and Dunhill had all day, now 24 of 27.
Yeah, and it's not like that's a role player or a bench player. That's L.B. Allen there. They're just sitting wide open past the sticks. The veteran who's in his 2nd season knows exactly where he needs to be on the field to convert that first down.
3:45 to go in the 4th. Oklahoma City's defense needs a turnover. They have not forced a turnover all night. 5 wide for Falco. Taking more time off the clock. Now down to 3:33. Oklahoma City's going to probably only get one more shot at this. And Falco, deep down the field, is incomplete to Falco, and I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, that might be one worth calling the challenge flag on, just because if you can convert that first down, this clock here, and there's a challenge.
Yeah, this is big.
Yeah.
This is big for Atlanta. It also puts them in scoring range, too, and could effectively end this game for Oklahoma City, barring an onside kick miracle. Let's take a look. Initial glance looked like a catch to me. Did he have the ball when the first foot was down? That's the question.
After review, the pass has been ruled.
And according to the officials, he did. And that is a first down and a 2nd one challenge for Atlanta tonight. 3 of the 4 challenges have gone in their favor.
Yeah, and I think that was probably one of the closest calls we've seen. Initially, just watching it in live action, I thought it was a completed pass, but that replay, it really depends on when the refs consider him having possession.
1st and 10 at the 23. OKC looking for a defensive answer. Hollywood is wrapped up after a 2-yard pickup. Drury again as he rolls over and gives some high fives to Pepper.
Yeah, I think Drury's got some of that secret stuff drink there. The guy's just been incredible tonight. But look, without Hollywood making that little move there, that could have been, this could have been made about 2nd and 10 or even in the backfield. But he's able to do a little spin move and get 2 yards.
VTAC with the 100 bits, now down to 2:55 to go in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 8 from the 22. Empty backfield here for Dunhill. He's going to try to pass on this dime look, and Dunhill is going to go to the outside, and I don't like the play. That stops the clock. Falco, 3rd and 2 for the 15, although I don't think Atlanta's thinking about the clock much. They're just thinking about scoring.
Yeah, just a rare mistake for Falco, which, I really just his first of the night, but he turns up the field, just not really conscious of where his right foot is, and steps out of bounds. Clearly wanted a lot more yardage.
So now the clock has stopped, and OKC trying to hold out hope here. It'd be a 32-yard field goal. Atlanta does not have a high-paid kicker on this roster, so you never know what they're going to get out of special teams. The handoff goes to Hollywood, but Hollywood's got a first down, and Hollywood has a touchdown! What a time to be alive for Atlanta! BDG is in for the score.
And the Oscar goes to BDG Hollywood for sealing this game. Why kick the ball when you can just run it in? And this, on his best run of the night, the veteran Hollywood gets in the end zone, nearly untouched to that very last tackler who's unable to keep him out of the end zone. Put it on the board.
Well, I don't know if it necessarily seals the game, Stephen. Only because I think if Hollywood gets the first down and then goes down, Atlanta gets this to the 2-minute warning. OKC's got to burn 2 timeouts. They kick a field goal, go up 10, And OKC now has less time and resources to make a comeback here. They've given the Renegades an opportunity. You know they're going to need an onside kick regardless. But they've given them an opportunity realistically to make this interesting down the stretch. But still, you got to take the points when you can get them. And Hollywood definitely wanted those tonight because it's been a tough night for him.
Yeah, it's just hard to give up being up 14 points with 2:40 left in the game. I think any SFL coach will take that every time. And then let's say, all right, now the onus is on the Renegades to have to score 14 points in, 2.5 minutes.
Mark Chisholm with the 500 bits in the chat. Now up to 1,600 for the week. He is on fire.
Put in that overtime.
2:36 left in the fourth in front of 108 viewers. The most or the highest viewed game of the season, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Showing out tonight for week number 5, the fan night game of the week. And right now, Oklahoma City's backs are against the wall, and Nickens is going to drop back deep. He's going to fire short because nobody was open. Manley with a sturdy catch for 7.
Look for Hunter Jones. Big on the last series. This could be more of his redemption story tonight if he can make a big play here.
And Nickens will fling it out to Doyle. That wasn't good.
4 down territory for sure here.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4, but time is a-ticking. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. Oklahoma City trying to make quick work of this. And the pass is dropped by Bovine. What a rare drop with Shine breathing down his neck, and this is the ball game.
Well, that's the second time that Bovine has had to come back past the first down marker
right.
onto his own side and try to catch a ball. I don't know, if I'm the coaching staff, I'm taking that play out of the playbook and throwing it away.
The Hive is buzzing. 3 receivers for Nickens on a 4th and 4 to keep the game alive. Nickens to throw. Nickens going long, but the pass is way underthrown, and Aaron Lee has a hat trick. Now 6 interceptions on the season, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. You are watching the SFL Network on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Steven, that was Nickens' worst pass of the season. That was awful.
Yeah, terribly underthrown. And he was going to the man we talked about, Hunter Jones, on a fade route. But Aaron Lee, let's give him a lot of credit, was all over that and posts his 3rd interception of the game.
Oh, that was almost picked. What is Atlanta doing throwing the ball here? Blake Pepper almost took that back to the house. And another missed opportunity here for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it feels borderline disrespectful to actually be passing in this situation. You've got Hollywood. He just came off scoring a touchdown. Have some class. Let's run the ball. Let's run the clock. You guys are up 14.
Renegades trying to make him pay. Swarm rather. Hollywood 79 yards on 26 carries. He gets another one there, picks up 4. I mean, I think the argument is Oklahoma City calls their first timeout. I think the argument is, look at Dunhill. He's thrown only 5 incompletions all night. Maybe we feel a little bit better just about the way that he's played, but it almost bit him in the butt there.
Yeah, I mean, you can't chance the pick 6, make this a 1-score game. You just can't chance that. And running the ball here in this situation makes sense because you want to run that clock. You want to make them use their timeout.
3rd and 6 of the 42. Hollywood going for the first down. That looked like it hurt. What a hit. Taking the legs out from underneath Hollywood. Clark on the tackle, and the Renegades will get the ball back.
Yeah, and there is an argument to be made that maybe the second team offensive player should be out there. If you see, your star player take a hit like that, you don't want to risk injury to him, although we do have Dr. Miyagi there in the locker room. But just from a football sense type of decision, maybe second teamers should be out there. I don't know.
Oh, went after the blocked punt, and this punt's going to bounce inside the 10. It looks like a good one, too. Look at the roll all the way down to the goal line.
Wow.
Man, 99.5 yards to go. Atlanta may have just sealed their fate right there again.
Yeah, I was like, is it sealed now, Cam? Is it sealed now? I mean, you've got to score twice. You've got to do it from your own end starting. You got to have a 99-yard drive here, basically. Not saying that they can't do it, but boy, the way Atlanta's secondary has been playing.
1:38 left. Nickens going to throw. Nickens needs to get rid of it. Does. Near side. Caught. Powell got out of bounds. That was one of the better throws of the night from Nickens.
Yeah, that's not the second-team defense out there. That was Ketsa in coverage, so that's against the top defense there.
Ketsa looking for him. Powell. Nice route. Stops the clock. Perfectly executed.
Nearly turns that thing upfield.
1:33 left in a timeout. Still a sliver of hope for OKC. They played a good ball game tonight, but the picks, and they were bad picks. Like all three throws were bad throws. And Aaron Lee has taken full advantage as Nickens, deep drop back, fires out to Doyle. Doyle is going, what is he doing? Yikes.
And Nickens is a guy that's been really efficient. Only 5 interceptions coming into this game.
3 receivers. Nickens outside. Bovine. Got to send him up the field. And OKC's got to burn their final timeout. Not running a good 2-minute offense here.
Yeah, it just appears that they're scared to go deep again after that last interception. And they're opting to dink and dunk it. They just don't have time to do that.
I'd go deep to Powell here. Just take my chances. Or send Bovine on another seam.
Yeah, why
like
not
at the end of the first half, yeah. I'd stay away from that upper right side of the field, though, where Lee has been all over the place. 3rd down and 6 at the 21. Play fake from Nickens. Going long, and Ketsa puts one hand up and whacks it away. What is going on with Nickens tonight? Powell was open, and the ball was poorly underthrown.
Well, Ketsa, I think, able to get a fingernail on this one. Just a little bit higher, and that could have been for 6.
Put some air on it.
Just a good, yeah, he's just, for as much credit as we give him as a deep ball passer, he just hasn't flung it out there enough tonight.
4th down again for the Renegades. They have struggled in this second half, getting outscored 17-3. Nickens, laser, caught by Powell.
Wow, super confident, stood strong in the pocket. You can see that play developing from up here.
Nickens quickly to the line, 55 seconds to go. And out to Doyle. At least he got out of bounds. But would have liked to see that that deep throw again there, as OKC looked like they were building some momentum.
Yeah, a really quick progression read there for Nickens, not just looking at his receivers just at a glance to see if they're open. If they're not, he just kind of threw to his outlet and kind of a throwaway play there.
Aaron Lee's in the chat saying this is crazy. Yeah, 3 picks is pretty crazy. 2nd and 8 from the 39. Nickens got it out to Doyle. Get out of bounds. Took him so long in the backfield.
Yeah, this is not looking good here for Oklahoma City.
3rd down and 8. Doyle, as you mentioned, not really a pass threat. And Nickens going long to Powell, and again, Ketsa stabs it out of the air. What a play, and that may have been Aslani who came over from the safety position.
Well, if I'm Ketsa, as soon as I see the play action, I pretty much figure they're coming long to my side, and he's been able to knock both of those away on play actions, which I have no clue why you're running that here in this situation. You know that this Renegades offense is not going to run, so everybody's playing the pass.
Atlanta jumps offside, so the free play won't matter. 1st down, Deshaun Carter.
It stops the clock.
It does. It does stop the clock, so Atlanta continues to kind of shoot themselves here in the foot as they're trying to put this game away.
Number 92, defense.
Renegades just won't let it die.
And Cam, correct me if I'm wrong, but these points do come into play in deciding playoff scenarios. Is that correct?
Well, it's not as critical. Point differential is a tiebreaker, but it's not the end-all, be-all like it used to be a couple of seasons ago. But it does happen. Strength of schedule is big. Strength of victory is big. And obviously point differential when you're tied in conference as well can have a big impact. As Nickens he avoided the sack, And I almost stood out of my chair as Hunter Jones nearly had the play. Another tremendous play on the outside by Vasquez, but what a brilliant job by Nickens. The game was almost over right there.
Yeah, and Vasquez, who has not recorded a single interception this season, probably should have had that one as Nickens was just trying to get out of the pocket and get out of being tackled and threw that ball really late.
Just a rating of 61 for Nickens tonight. Gonna drop back deep. Had to get it away to Doyle because of that pressure. And Doyle spins back in bounds. He's having a terrible 2-minute offense.
Yeah, just don't forget he's a rookie and he's still learning. So a little inexperience there not to get out of bounds.
Nickens has to score a touchdown on it. That's not going to cut it. That's a wrap. Boy, that's a disappointing way to end it. But Atlanta's going 3-2, and boy, do they deserve it. What a second half as they pulled away. And the Swarm now have won 2 consecutive games on their way to a tie with Houston for second place in the conference. And if memory serves me right, Atlanta won that first matchup between the two.
Well, I think tonight for me, there's so many of these Atlanta Swarm players who could be picked as MVPs. Falco with 174 receiving yards tonight has been just such a consistent receiver, but I'm not sure that he outpaces Aaron Lee with the pick 6 that we're seeing here, and 3 picks on the night. Anytime an SFL quarterback can get the hat trick of interceptions, they are not just a team MVP, but up for that week's MVP. And there's a guy we didn't see much of tonight. Hunter Jones had a couple crucial catches there in the fourth quarter, but just not enough to make up for his drops, especially his play in the end zone. But for me, Oklahoma City, I still think they did a good job. I think they came in, their offense looked good, their defense, Drury played out of his mind. The defense played well, limited Atlanta for a lot of this game. But at the end of the day, they didn't have the offensive firepower in the second half to get back into this ballgame.
Lee had 3 picks. Vasquez and Ketsa combined for 5 passes defended. Final stats, Oklahoma City 23 of 40 for 266 yards, a touchdown, 3 picks. Doyle, 22 carries, 46 yards, and a score. Easter Powell, 87 yards on 7 catches, 116 yards on 5 grabs for Bovine. Carter caught a couple. Doyle caught 4 for -1 yards. Wow. Siege Falco, the player of the game, 12 catches, 174 yards, 55 yards, 6 catches, and a touchdown for Boo Chisholm. LB Allen had 3 for 33. Hollywood had 4 for 7, 86 yards on 28 carries on the ground. That wraps it up from Fan Night. What a game. Atlanta did pull away in the second half, but it was sure fun. Bye to the Cam. And bye to the Hive in Atlanta. 34-20. Swarm beat the Renegades. Our next broadcast is Friday night. Next week, it's Dallas at Tulsa. A couple of one-win teams needing a victory. Atlanta goes to New Orleans next week. And Oklahoma City's back at home against the undefeated Pride. Thanks, Mark Lopez. Say goodnight, Stephen.
Good night, Stephen.